Odell Beckham Jr. He's missed the entire year last year. Wayne, where do you have him going?
Okay, this one was definitely a fun one. I went back and forth on two teams that I think could make sense for him, but we'll see. The first team that I was kind of contemplating on was the Patriots, actually, because I think Odell. I feel like he would like the whole Belichick type of systems, if you will, and I think he could slide in there a little bit. Granted, maybe Odell doesn't. He actually, maybe I'm talking myself out of that. So, anyways, I thought about the Patriots, but then I'm gonna go with a team that I think can make sense for them. The Bears. I'm just gonna go with the Bears again. Hey, they have the most salary cap space. They need a wide receiver, a veteran. I understand that he is probably at this point in his career, probably like a wide receiver too, right? So, and he's coming off an ACL injury. I would love to see him go to the Bears, make some money, and then I think he fits kind of in pretty well with the situation with having a young quarterback in Justin Fields, and then also I think he fits well in terms of wide receiver combinations with Chase Claypool and Darnell Mooney, and then we'll probably also draft a wide receiver in the draft as well. So I have him going to the Bears as kind of like I wish that this could happen. See if it does. And I did mention, I think in our last episode about DeAndre Hopkins going to the Bears, but in this case, we don't need to get rid of any draft capital, and we just sign him with money, which we have a lot of. So that's what I think will occur. It will occur. But what do you have?
There's no chance OBJ is going to be a Bear. Like, no, dude, I would hate that. No offense. Like, you set it up well because we have tons of money to spend. We need a wide receiver, but like, I could just totally see the OBJ from the Giants, from the Browns, who's just pouting on the sidelines, yelling at the younger quarterback and stuff. Like, and he would go to the Bears, like a run heavy team that he's not probably gonna get the ball as much as he probably wants to. Like, this would be an absolute disaster for me. Like, I really wish that not to happen. But in any case, I've got this in like somewhat boring fashion. I've got going back to the Giants. I think that Dallas played too many games last year. Like, I thought of maybe like, will he still stay on this whole Dallas venture? Like, this whole idea of, he was going to basketball games with them, hanging out. He was like almost part of the team at the end of the year, and they just like wouldn't sign him because, I'm sure his health wasn't good enough to get a contract for the, 22-23 season. But I just feel like, Dallas is in a pretty poor position cap space wise. And I think he has this like true desire to just return home. I feel like we're in the twilight years of, OBJ, and, not based on really talent, but like, can this guy stay on the field? Can he stay, healthy after getting, another ACL tear? Like, it's just not trending in the right direction, but I still think, he brings enough value, and he has, now some Super Bowl experience where, this Giants team is seemingly on the rise. They need a couple more pieces. I really liked what Hodgins and there's one other guy that I'm just always forgetting about, but both of these dudes on the Giants kind of like filled in for Shepard. They obviously filled in for Kenny Galladay. It was a complete waste of time. Always slips in my mind, but I just liked how these two younger guys, truly played at the end of the year with Daniel Jones. And if you could just add like a little bit of veteran presence, who's used to New York, used to, kind of playing in those types of situations, more of a playoff type receiver kind of guy. I think Dable would like tolerate zero BS from a guy like Odell. So, and he's expendable at this point. I mean, it's not like you need to cater to every, wish and need of his. So like, if he's not gelling, not fitting into the team, doesn't want to be there, you could either, cut or trade him at some point in the season. But yeah, I'll say that.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good take. I don't think there's anything wrong with it besides it not gonna happen. No, I mean it actually might happen. Not I think you might have convinced me there. If there's anything about OBJ is that he likes the limelight. So what better place to go to than New York for that, right? So I definitely see that. And like I mentioned, I think the wide receiver room for the Giants could use some improvement via draft or free agency. I think that's pretty evident. Give Daniel Jones more weapons. I think it was it Ricky or is it Richie James? I forget exactly. I think it's something James, right?
Thank you, man. Yeah. Richie James.
Yeah, Richie James. So yeah, I think having him added into that wide receiver room, I think makes sense going forth. So yeah, I won't bash that take, but I would just find it really funny if he joins the Bears. So
I think, man, if that really let me ask you, because you're the one who brought it up, but if they did that, would you be jumping out of your seat? Would you be like pumped, excited, like anything like that?
I wouldn't be jumping. I think it's like I look at it like I look at it as I might jump out of my seat if I saw the DeAndre Hopkins news a little bit more, if he trade like a third, fourth rounder, right? Because he's just battled, I think, injuries, and he had that one suspension and stuff like that too. So for me, is like he never really dropped off in terms of talent, at least that we've seen. Just hasn't been on the field as much. And the whole situation with the Cardinals was just a lot of I guess drama, politics, stuff like happening in the back, and they also got Marquise Brown too. So it's like, all right, who's Kyler Murray just going to be passing to all this time? So I feel like him having a fresh start, that would probably be preferable. But it's like I do like having those draft picks as well. So don't have to go that route with getting OBJ there. Or by getting OBJ, you don't have to necessarily give up a draft pick. So that would be my only, I guess, thought in there. But yeah, if we are able to get maybe the Bears are able to get Kenny Galladay for like just a prove it 1 year deal type of thing, then yeah, that might be actually a better route to go. So
yeah, I mean, I just feel like Odell is the kind of guy now where you plug him into like an already made playoff team with an established quarterback, a lot of veterans, a lot of talent on the roster and stuff, so he can just kind of blend in a way. I feel like if he's forced to be a leader, if he's forced to be like more than just like your second, third option on the outside, like then problems start to happen. And it's like, yeah, I mean, with any team with a younger core or quarterback or whatever it is, even a below average veteran quarterback, like I just don't see him like doing that. I mean, I think the Chiefs is something like a Chiefs type team makes sense to me, where it's like, okay, like Patrick Mahomes and me, like, let's do this. Or, the Bills, okay, I'll join your stable. Like, I know, I can be Diggs' second guy. Like, but in any case, we'll see what happens. OBJ, what a name. He's still around.